Hello there, yummy pancake. A lot of us know about the PulseX tokenomics, but since there are so many new people, I'd like to remind you why PulseX is different to every other token you've seen. Now, when I was thinking about crypto and how we could make the sickest coin ever, I thought of these features and I was wondering why no one has them. Nobody has a buy and burn that's automatically built into their DEX. I don't know why. Could be SEC regulations, who knows? PulseX does it for us. PulseX is great. There are yield farms on the PulseX website. It is a trading asset swap website. So you have the DEX here. You can swap anything. Every time it trade, there are fees associated with it. What are the fees? Okay, so on PulseX, we're going to get the cute little logo here. All right, on PulseX, let's go right here. Here we go. PulseX. Every time someone does a trade, you have fees going to the liquidity provider. So everybody who puts in liquidity, they get part of the fee. Also, mini fees go to a random treasury. And the expectation is that you have no expectations of it. That's the expectation, all right? So don't worry about where it goes. Okay, 0.06% of the fee goes to buy. That's right. And then burn. Buying and burning. All right. So the total fee equals 0.29%. On Uniswap, on Ethereum, it's 0.30. So this is a nice marketing gimmick. Okay. So 0.06% of the fees go to the buying and burning. You can actually see it on the website. There is a custom 3 dots here. You can go to 3 dots. Let's go to burn, and you can actually see it. You can click it yourself and you can run it yourself and it'll give you some sort of little bounty. But you can see every single time all these things are burned. Absolutely crazy. Every single trade. Now, how much is bought off the market? Well, now that's why it depends on the volume. All of it depends on the volume. See, if we do pancake swaps volume on average, $100 million a day, you can do $100 million times 0.06, okay, divided by 100. That's 0.06%. So you'll be buying $60,000 per day if you did $100 million. So you can divide times that by 365, you get $22 million a year buying off the market. So every day you go to sleep, if we were doing pancake swap volume on Binance Chain, it would be $60,000. So $60,000. Imagine you had somebody who could infinitely buy a coin. It's going to be 60K clip. There are a lot of people in PulseX. You might not be too excited about just $60,000. I mean, we know Wallet DO1 sacrificed $14 million. So $60,000 ain't enough. Well, what if we did Uniswap's volume? Uniswap does 1 billion with a B per day. What if we did that? It would be about multiplying that by 10. Okay, so you could just do it again. 1,000 million billion times 0.06 divided by 100. You would get 600,000 bought every day. $600,000 goes and buys it off the market. So every time there's a swap fee, it actually goes and it routes into the contract and it literally buys it and throws it away forever. How much would that be per year? Wouldn't this be crazy to see? $219 million. Fantastic. We leave the bids and offers thin so we can go volatility to the upside. It all depends on the volume. Most other coins do not have this buy function. 99% of the DEXs don't. This is very unique. Other coins just have a fee or they have their own little gimmick. Uniswap, for example, UNI, you don't get anything at all. It's a governance token. They don't give anything out because the founders are already rich. And so, yes, maybe they do introduce features one day, but they're slow. They've already made it. There was rumors of the founder selling like $250 million at the top, just dumping on everyone. So many rumors, just VC insiders. You can't make anything off these guys because they've already made it. They don't want to poke any legal battles. This is why it's important to get in early. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. So PulseX, every time I go to sleep and I wake up and I see volume on PulseX, Pulse Chain, I get happy. You see this? You can actually see right now, you see this $324 million volume. By the way, bookmark this website, dexscreener.com/pulse chain. You got it? You got to have this every single day. This is the new CoinGecko, the new coin market cap. Put them aside. They're showing you boomer coins. This is cool to see. You want to see a whole ecosystem. So wouldn't it be nice if I could sit here and calculate to you how much money actually bought PulseX from everyone trading back and forth? Well, it'd be nice because we can actually do that. $320,000 million times 0.06 divided by 100. We have $193,800. So 193K just today. One day. Clip. Bought a bit off the market. Fascinating to see. Whenever you go to sleep and you wake up the next day, this is working in the background for you. It's like a money printer. Isn't that fantastic? It's making money from economic activity. This happens in economies all around the world, different countries. It's the same thing. The government will tax people working as they do the circular motions and everybody's, working a job. It's the same thing here. We just have it within a different asset environment, a different system. Crypto is really new and bleeding edge. Isn't this cool? Many other coins will try to throw a gimmick your way. They won't have the buy part. You see, they'll just say burning. Okay, you'll just see the word burn, burn, burn. So all right, let's actually write burn the coins. Burning is a retailer narrative. It came about in 2021. Binance started doing it. The reason why it became popular is because people coming in new, retailers, they thought if they just burn the supply like Bitcoin is halving its inflation that comes out with every Bitcoin halving, that it would produce a big price pump forever and ever. That's what retailers believed. That's why you can see it was good for one narrative. But now, burning enough, it's not good enough by itself. All right? It's not. Because it does nothing for the future supply coming on the market. That's why. So when you're in crypto, you can go here, and you're a baby doll, baby cake. This is PulseX itself. All right? PulseX. The real power of the buy and burn will come in long term. It will come when crypto itself has very high activity, lots of volume coming in, the snowball goes up, it ramps up. That's when you start to compound it, okay? Right now, it's good to see. You have this edge. You have confidence. So it's fantastic to know that if someone paper hands PulseX down, all you got to do is simply wait. The protocol is going to buy the coins off the market itself, okay? So when we're looking at this together and you're trying to see, hey, what information can I gather from this? Just want you to know that there's a difference between your conviction levels of holding other coins. Other coins as a DEX, you just vote. You have a voting right. Do you care? It's just like a stock. Can you impact McDonald's menu? No. Can you change the gravy at KFC? No. You can't do anything. Doesn't matter what you do, how loud you are either. With this, you don't even need a say. Even though PulseX itself does give you some voting rights, maybe later on to get some bribes, who knows? You don't even need it. This automatic buy is fantastic. And so when you look at these features put together, and you can see that the power of the buy and burn is nothing to basically, do not turn your cheek away from this buy and burn. This is super effective. Even if it's not directly doing enough to chew away at the new supply coming on because of paper hands, forget that part. It's all about the psychology of participants. People now know they are holding a piece of an exchange. Have you heard of an exchange called Binance before? BNB. I actually have the chart up here. Wow, from a previous video. This is Binance versus Ethereum in a chart, BNB ETH. If you've noticed something, I want to show you this, okay? During the bull market, I was surprised because Binance did not pump too much against Ethereum in 2021. It went up about 3 or 4x. Considering Binance is a powerhouse, you would think it would do like 20x, but it didn't. It stopped here. I found that very fascinating. Then in the bear market, which is, I'm going to get the arrow here. In the bear market, this happened. You see here, this was the end of the bull, and look when the bear market began. Right. In the bear market, BNB went up against Ethereum. Up, 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 up. It even kept going up until FTX collapsed. You're like, what's going on? Well, Binance unofficially and on their own accord will take their trading profits from poop coins and they will rotate them into BNB. They have their own buy and burn, right? There's no burning per se, I think, but they don't sell, right? They just accumulate because they're big enough as it is. So you can see the power of this happening over time because Binance was making all the volume and they were rotating it, the fees into BNB to keep it alive. Isn't that what people really want? So you got to ask yourself this: would you rather a coin that goes up super high but then crashes super low, or would you rather a coin that goes up nice and stable and then in a bear market you can deploy your treasury to boost you up? This is a philosophical question that we're never really going to get a full answer to because crypto is going to do whatever it does, okay? You can't control the tops of euphoria, but this is what happens here. So what can PulseX do from here moving forward? Well, it all depends on the volume. Binance is number one. Of course, they were able to do this. Binance make commission fees off every single trade, leverage and spot, and they were able to rotate it. What about PulseX? PulseX is going to rely on the power of friendship. In the market coming up, we're going to need a lot of activity coming in. We're going to need crypto to keep growing. We're going to need Bitcoin above 50K, above 70K. You're going to need Ethereum above 5, 6, 7,000. All of these things have to come together. They're not going to come together at individual times. It's probably going to be one big leg, one big macro event that starts sending it up. So the future is bright, but at least now you know what you hold. This is why PulseX is different. So you can sit here and calculate the numbers. It's not going to compute you to like 1,000x return by itself. You still need a lot of people coming in and buying, but it helps. It helps to know you have these features in here. That's how I think about it. I like the fact that I can actually, this was fantastic for me to show you a DEX screener page and show you, $320 million, and I could actually tell you the real number of PulseX that was bought. And it's beautiful is I know tomorrow and the day after that, and if there's another day after that as well, when there's volume that's going to get done, we're going to automatically buy again. It's a true definition of a money printer. So PulseX is buying the supply today, continuously. This is different to other poopies, okay? So I'm going to show you other poopies, and there will be a fire emoji, and it will be joined with a poopy emoji, just to show you that other fire poopies, what they do is they will concentrate on burning narrative, all right? But there's no buy part. It's just burning. Retailers love this burning. And it's because we saw Bitcoin go up. And so retailers are like, I've got to cut the supply. But the supply is only half the equation. The supply is the tokenomics part. The supply is what can be coded. But what you can't code is demand. That is the entrepreneurial, the degenerative spirit of everything that goes around in markets and people allocating their time and capital and community and energy. The demand side must be fulfilled no matter what. When we focus on the supply side, it's very easy to fall into the trap because everybody keeps thinking that they can basically program themselves to higher prices forever. They can't. The burning narrative ultimately fails because it does not take care of future supply. Let me repeat that again, all right? The burning narrative is a poopy because it does not take care of future supply. All it does is burn today's supply. That's all it does. It burns it. Get rid of that. Throw it away. So the difference between this and demand. So here we go. The demand side. The demand side is the marketing, is the community. That is all the updates. That is all the donations. That are the conferences made by the community to onboard people and get adoption. Get more holders into the system. That is the demand side. The demand side fixes the issue of future supply. There's always future supply. Every coin. It doesn't matter if everybody's locked up like they were in Hex or whatever. It doesn't matter. Bitcoin, Ethereum, every single coin has future supply. even if they don't get unlocked. Future supply means at some point, the people holding the coins, maybe they've held for 5 years now, for 10 years. Maybe they need to build a house. Maybe they need to go move to another part of their life. Maybe they want to start a business. Maybe they want to retire, whatever it is. That is a ticking time bomb. The calendar ticks over. There's always future supply coming out. Not just with Bitcoin and the miners, but all these life issues that come up for people. Or people just realize, hey man, it's been 5 years. I'm down 90% in XRP, which they are. And they're like, man, I'm just going to throw something else. Screw this. You see what I mean? That's future supply. But only the demand side can fix it. The demand side fixes future supply. Nothing else. You can't program it. You can't program it. It's in people's hands. They're going to sell in the future. How do you get rid of it? You get people to be motivated to buy it up today. And that hopefully absorbs what the future supply is going to be. And then we have an equilibrium. So you're not going to get fooled by this burning narrative, even though it's going to keep coming up time and time again. But it doesn't do anything. This supply does not matter. It does not stop those people who are going to take their coins in the future and put it in Uniswap and dump it and then extract the precious USD or ETH. That's the issue here. Always focus on the demand side. More crypto would succeed if they focused on the demand side. They don't focus on it. It's because most people in crypto, we're nerds, we're peanut brains, you are on the fringe of society. None of us have like this polished, whistle, shiny forehead type of look with gel in the hair and you're sitting like an anchor on news television. Most of us aren't like that. That is a typical salesman type of approach. People who are used to selling products. No one in crypto thinks about it like that because we're all believing that decentralization and the product itself is just, the product is the number go up. That's what everyone believes. No, the product is the community. Never forget that. The community is the asset, not the code. So when you fix demand, when you look after demand, where you groom the demand side and you increase the demand side, you increase the scarcity value in people's minds, they will then basically burst out to the world. This thing's going up. This thing's valuable. And as it starts going up, you get a force multiplier. People start to come in and they value whatever it is. This happens to every single crypto. And if you go through that list, you'll find the communities who don't look after the demand side, they're the ones who are failing. They're the ones who believe, oh, well, we're just great, you know? Like, look at Litecoin. Litecoin doesn't shill anything. No one in their community does anything. They just want to exist and just hang around. Basically try to be tied to Bitcoin. Well, look, Litecoin gets Litecoin results. My bullet in Litecoin went to poop for a good reason. But my bullets in the other strong, fast-growing communities is doing great. So PulseX, isn't that fantastic? You're talking about the demand side, right? PulseX, the fees go straight to the buy and burn. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? It's helping you. It's showing you, hey, the protocol itself. People want to be degens. Well, we have an exchange here because that's what Binance is a centralized exchange. PulseX is decentralized. The buy and burn is doing the same thing. It's just that this one's doing it automatic. And it's trying to fix the issue of future supply. So because we have this buy and burn, I can tell you right now, in 2 years, Wallet DO1 or someone else is going to be dumping. They might be dumping $50 million. But isn't it nice to know that along the way, this fee is buying all that supply off the market so that we can absorb that sell in the future? Once you understand this, you'll realize you're a baby doll, baby cake, and you're my friend this whole time. Like, subscribe, bell button, or tell mum and dad that you love them.